So there is a massive lie going around YouTube about piano playing. I bet you've heard this lie before because I have seen it in so many YouTube videos. It's gotten popular because over the last several years, many YouTube videos talked about this and those videos went viral. I mean, millions and millions and millions of views. So here's what the lie is. All you have to do is learn these 4 simple chords. Just these 4 chords, and you can go to your piano and instantly play hundreds of songs. All you have to know are these 4 simple chords. My friends, that's a lie. But this is great to talk about because in this video, I'm going to break down what is the lie, what is the actual truth, and why is the truth so much better and way cooler than what the lie is. So stick around. Hi, if you don't know me, my name is Matt Hodge, and for the last 15 years, I have been a music professor and a professional piano player, and I love working with students and helping them understand the joy of piano, discover their passion and personality for piano, and helping them understand music theory at a piano and why that's really cool to learn because it opens a world of possibilities for you, which is at the heart of this lie that we are going to debunk today. So here is what the lie is. It's always this. All you have to learn are these 4 chords: C major, G major, A minor, and F major. Hundreds of songs are built out of those 4 chords. Not really. Now, first off, why is this a lie then? Like, why are we saying this? It's not that hundreds of songs use those 4 chords, because this is where students can get really aggravated. They were told all I had to learn was C major, G major, A minor, and F major. Now I can play tons of songs. But here's the deal. When you go to start playing along with those songs, if you play them and play along, or you go look at the sheet music, for a ton of those songs, the majority of them, they're not using those 4 chords. So what the heck? What's the deal? I thought if I learn those 4 chords, I can play these songs. Here's what the truth is. The lie is that all of those songs, hundreds of pop songs, use those same 4 chords: C major, G major, A minor, F major. That's the lie. The truth is they all use the same chord functions. And this is where theory is important to learn and exciting to learn, because the truth is way cooler than the lie. Now, what is a chord function? Here we have to understand what a scale is, what a major scale is. If you don't know, music is built on scales. Scales tell us what notes sound great together. It tells us what key signatures we're in. When you want to start to practice how to improvise or write music, melodies, and chords, what go well together, it's all, scale is a home base for that. So when we start off learning piano, this is usually the first scale we're taught, a C major scale. Why? Because out of all of the scales, all of the key signatures in music, C major is considered quote unquote the easiest. Why? Because it's the one scale, the one major scale that uses all white keys. So all you have to do is be able to find C, and then it's all white keys. So that means when we're learning chords, people often start off with chords that are in C major scale, which makes sense. I do it too with students because they're considered quote unquote the easiest chords to be able to find because they come from the easiest scale. So it is no surprise when these videos talk about all you have to learn are these 4 chords. They're giving you 4 chords that are from the C major scale. C major chord, G major, A minor, and F major are all from C major scale. So that's why they say, just learn these 4 chords, because these are 4 chords that are considered simple to learn when you're especially like at a beginner level as a piano player. However, here's where that's kind of a lie. Not kind of, it is a lie, because tons of songs are not in C major. So if I only focus on those 4 chords, well, what if my favorite pop song that uses those 4 chords is they're not using the 4 chords because it's not in C major? Well, now I can't play with them. It's not really truth. But they are, the chords are chord functions, okay? So let me explain this. In scales, right? There are 8 notes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now 1 and 8 are the same note because you're just looping when you start on a note. So if we're doing C major scale, I'm going from C to C and then back down, okay? So even though there's 8 notes, there's technically 7 different notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we go to 8, okay? Now, when we talk about a chord function, what we're saying is, here's a chord, so let's say C major. Here's a chord, but what is its function? Meaning, how is it related to the key signature it's in, to the scale that it's in? And this is really, really important. So, you find the function based on what number of the scale that chord falls on. So for example, C major, that chord, well, what is C major, or C, right? What we call the root note, the letter, the note that the chord is named after. Well, what is C in a C major scale? Well, it's 1, right? If I were to say, what is E on a C major scale? What note is E? What number is E? Well, if my C major scale is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, well, what number was E? C, D, E, oh, E's number 3. So it's finding a note and finding the number of the scale it's on. So C major, yes, C major is C, E, G, but what is its function? In C major, that's actually really the 1 chord. When we look at the next chord that you're supposed to learn out of these 4 simple chords, G major, well, what is the function of that? Well, if all 4 of these chords are in C major, what number is G on the C major scale? C, D, E, F, G. Oh, it's the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we have a 5 chord. Now we do the same thing with A minor. What number is A on a C major scale? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A is a 6. And then the 4th chord, F major. What number is F on a C major scale? 1, 2, 3, 4. C, D, E, F. 4. So now, yes, we have 4 chords that have names. C major, G major, A minor, F major. But really what we have are 4 different chord functions because we're in the key of C, which really means we have the 1 chord, the 5 chord, the 6 chord, and the 4 chord. So here is where the lie and the truth comes in. It is a lie to say hundreds of pop songs use C major, G major, A minor, F major. That's a lie. But when we convert them to chord functions, that's the truth. Hundreds of pop songs do use the same chord functions, which would be the 1 chord, the 5 chord, the 6 chord, the 4 chord. Now, here is why this truth is actually way cooler. It opens up so many more doors for you. It's like a whole new world of freedom. Because if you know chords as chord functions, this is where you can transpose chords and play them in different keys. Because what if your friends went to jam on a song, but they're playing it in the key of E major, and then other friends are jamming on a song that uses the same chords, but they're playing it in F major? Well, if all you did was learn the exact chords on the piano, you're not going to be able to bounce around and have fun with it. If you know the chord functions, you can start to learn, because if you know chord functions and you learn major scales, you can bounce around. Now, let me also do a little quick plug to help you. If major scales and chords and kind of the things we're talking about in this video are new to you, I have a free, it's brand new too, that I just created. It's a 24-page, totally free PDF that I created for you all, my YouTube audience, and it's I call it my ultimate intro guide to piano. So all you have to do is click on the link in the video description below, and you'll be able to instantly download this 24-page free PDF document where I outline tons of this stuff. Notes on the pianos, all the major scales and chords, and how to find all these chord functions, all of that. So that can be a great resource. So if we think about chords as chords functions, I'm playing a 1 chord, a 5 chord, a 6 chord, a 4 chord. Now here's what's even more cool, even cooler. Chord functions, no matter what major key signature we're in, it's the same thing. This is why it's really cool. So for example, well, C major, if we're in C major, that C major chord that I said was my 1 chord, well, what type of chord is it? It's a major chord. That means if I jump to any major scale, every single 1 chord is always going to be major. That 5 chord, that G major chord, well, it's a 5, right? If I jump to any major scale or any major key signature and I play the 5 chord, it's always going to be a major chord. Now, that minor chord, right? Because out of the 4 chords, one of them was minor. A minor. Well, A is that 6, right? The 6th chord. So I know if I jump to any major scale and any major key signature, if I play the 6th chord, it's always minor. Same thing for that F chord, our 4 chord. If I play the 4 chord in any major key signature, any major scale, always going to be major. It's so awesome. It's like a shorthand. So if I'm jamming with people, let's say that we're just jamming in E major, right? Well, if we're in E major and we start to jam and we start to throw out chords and numbers, we don't even have to say what type of chord. I don't have to go major 1, major 5, minor 6, because if we know the chord functions, we just instantly know what type of chord it is. So if I just say 6 chord, we're all going to play minor, which is so awesome. It's a great shorthand. Now, here's why this is so cool. I don't want you to just learn C major, G major, A minor, F major. Because if you do, all you're going to be able to do are play songs in C major. I want you to be able to play that same chord progression. I want you to be able to play that in any key, because that's how you unlock hundreds of pop songs that use that same chord progression, because they're not using the same exact chords, it's the same chord functions. So I'm going to show you why this is so cool. I'm going to play that chord progression, that C major, G major, A minor, F major, but then I'm going to bounce around randomly to a bunch of different key signatures that tons of pop songs can be set in. And it shows you if I know the chord functions, it's so easy to bounce around. Okay, so let's start in C major. Back to C. Even though I was bouncing around, I was playing with chord functions. I was always playing the major 1, the major 5, the minor 6, and the major 4. But because I didn't think about it just from the exact notes of those chords, I didn't think C major, G major, A minor, F major. I thought major 1, major 5, minor 6, major 4. Instant world of possibilities. So don't believe the lie the next time a YouTube video pops up and says, all you have to learn are these 4 chords, just learn C major, G major, A minor, F major, and the world is your oyster. It's not really true. But if you learn, take an extra step to think about it and learn about a little bit of music theory, boom, now the world is your oyster. All right, my friends, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If it helped you out at all, I really appreciate those likes, subscribes, comments, and let me know in the comments, are you a piano player? Where does this fall? Have you seen those videos before? Have you tried practicing with chord progressions and chord functions? I love hearing from you. I respond to every single comment. I love talking to my community on here. So let me know in the comments where you're at, okay? Click on one of the videos popping up on the screen, okay? Make sure you click that link below to download my free PDF Intro to Piano Guide. If it will be a help to you, I think it will. And until next time, my friends, keep making music.